that we look for strength and assistance. Without debate, without criticism, no administration and no country can succeed, and no republic can survive.
A few technical difficulties, mostly user error. All right, welcome to the Patriot Hour. I am Michael. It is Tuesday, August 4th, 2020. Got a show lined up for you. We got the Oath of Four. It's been a while, but we are all here. All right, we got a few things I'm going to put out. Tons of Patriots in the room. I see L 1978 is here. What is going on? We got Legacy Truths. He's actually in the show, but he's in the room as well. Tons of Patriots. Good morning. Good morning to all of you. We are just a few weeks out, not even a few weeks. We're less than 2 weeks out. This past weekend was the 2-week marker. Patriot Fest 2020, Freedom Ride, Flag Retirement. It's happening. Where? Bristol, Indiana, 46507 is the zip code, but American Legion Post 143, Charles Harker Post in Bristol, Indiana. That's 905 Maple Street, Bristol, Indiana, 46507. Free. Come on out. If you need a hotel, you better get one booked. Free camping. There's some spots for RVs and campers and tents. First come, first serve. We got Friday night, JT Wild, Friday night live show from outside at the pavilion area. It's going to be food, drinks, good times. Good times. This is a weekend to kick back, no agendas. We're flag retirement. There's a freedom ride for the motorcycles, and Friday night we got our live show and concert. Saturday another band. So 2 days of freedom, liberty, and enjoying each other's company. Getting to meet for the first time, some of us, others hanging out again like we always do. So a chance to meet Woodman, Ben, Fluid Pour, Scott, myself. It's going to be great. It's going to be a great time. All right. So other than that, we've been talking about, and one of the talking points today is going to be, I still get a lot of people, for example, a comment yesterday, wow, July ended, nothing. I thought something was going to happen. Again, nothing. So we all have a version in our own head of what we want to happen or what equals a boom. Now, I would say alone, just in the month of July, for example, that we had G. Maxwell arrested, possibly leading back for a year. She's been working with the FBI as an informant to flip everything, to get the icing on the cake. Not that they already didn't have it all, but just to get her to let everyone think maybe Epstein didn't really kill himself. Well, we know he didn't, but is he really still, is he dead or is he not? I've said a year ago, it doesn't matter. That's what they want us to think. That's what it's been since then. Nothing's changed. We haven't heard from him. He hasn't tweeted. He's dead to us. Now, is that what they wanted everyone to think? And then the people that, all right, he's done. That was a malicious man that held shit over our head. I mean, you even look at, for example, my wife yesterday, she goes, this Leslie Wexner, this girl. I was like, well, that's a man, and Epstein had total control. I believe he lives out of Ohio. I sped off all this stuff, and she got on her phone. She's like, you're right. Lives in Dayton, Ohio, or owns, former like Victoria's Secrets and Bath and Body and the Limited. And she was just really baffled. And I was, well, yeah, well, look, why was Epstein in charge of this man's money? This guy was worth $1 trillion or $1 billion, $1 billion. And here's Epstein right in the middle of Lex Wexner, his bank account in the bank. And then at the end of it all, 120 mil or a couple $100 million come up missing. This Lex Wexner didn't press charges. Who operates that way? Well, 120 mil to a billionaire is just chump change. It's laying under the bed. I learned my lesson. I'll never let him. It's because of the leverage. Something was seen, some blackmail. Epstein tells you straight up, I need access to your account. This is the only way this is going to stay quiet. Well, I can't do that. Set up a fund then. Set up an organization, a donation spot. Promote it. I want to see 100 million in there by the end of the year, So whatever they do, we can speculate. And that's going to be a little bit. So none of that's operating anymore. That's a huge thing. If the month of July just went by you and you don't even look back to a year ago, I mean, we talk about destroying the institutions or arresting all the clientele. Not that the clientele aren't into bad things. Now, the lists that we have of the people going to Epstein Island, those are just the gatekeepers. Everyone's like, what about all these other? There's lots of involvement. Lots of other people were blackmailed. Not everyone got to go to Epstein Island. Not everyone wanted to, and not everyone got to. These are more of the gatekeepers, the people with more persuasion and power. These are the loud people too. If you look at the list that came out from last Thursday of the undisclosed Maxwell sealed documents from the court case that the judge finally unsealed with all the names, these are the people that need to be looked into. These are the people that would come back and go to Hollywood and had 15 to 20 people in their circle that didn't go to, and they were blackmailed by possibly that person. I don't know how deep this goes. This could possibly be the thing that's going to destroy Hollywood. And then everyone's like, what about the politicians? What about the sports players? Well, again, not all of them went there. Were they blackmailed? Yes, some of them were. All right, we're going to introduce the panel. Again, welcome to the show. We got a good amount of people in here at this point. Again, take a look down below after this video for all the links. Fellas, good morning. We don't have the chat.
Gentlemen, brothers in arms.
Airborne all the way. Good morning, good morning.
Is the chat? It's on?
Should be on. I think Catherine.
Sorry, everybody. I I had to upgrade. August is going to be a wild month, so I got a real large box of popcorn. It's huge.
Very nice.
Gotta have it.
Very nice, Woodman. The popcorn box.
Yeah, August is going to be wild, in my opinion. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong.
I'm not getting any chat. I'm doing everything normal. I don't know. The chat
By the way,
box won't come
Catherine
up.
T says she makes a big a good point. She says this is biblical. They call it a revolution, but this is a revelation. So yeah, it's funny. We talk about that a lot. We're
Yeah.
not
Well,
going
what's a
in circles,
revolution?
people.
What's a revolution?
Here we go.
What is it? You know, think about it.
Sing it for us, Woodman. Come on now.
Have
What
a
are you singing about?
revolution and get right back to where we were.
Oh hell! This is where I started
You
from.
know. Yeah, you know.
It's like in the military, you know, when you do an about face, is that a 360 or
I know
one?
they'd always yell, "He ain't dancing here. It's about face and drive on, soldier." That's 180 degrees, good sir.
Do you do a 180 to get out of there or a 360?
Yeah.
You're still here.
You know, and even in your opening, Mike, you had a great point where when it comes to Hollywood, and it's like, and a lot of our society has been conditioned to uplift music singers, stars, actors, all these different individuals, and we're starting to figure out that things like the music we've been listening to is really subversive, and it's in a very playful, very easy to ingest form. Like we're laughing, I want a revolution. Well, who sang that? Oh my gosh,
Was it
how
the
many
Beatles
individuals
or-
did that yeah, how many people did that in effect, and what were they singing about? And it's like, okay, I understand it was a good happy term, and then we still
Yeah.
use it today, but we need something beyond
Words matter,
that. And
folks.
so, yes.
gotta look
So
at it.
I don't know. I mean, Greg, what do you think about that whole idea of preaching a revolution, going in circles, versus we hear about it in the there was a Bolshevik revolution that rose up. What about the French Viva la Revolution? What do you think about the whole idea of that?
So
The whole
here-
idea of a revolution. Oh, go ahead.
No, I'm sorry. I just see a comment here. Somebody's like, Oprah wasn't arrested or executed. She's okay and on TV again. What is with all the speculation? Well, let's put it this way. All we're saying here, and I guess my openly monologue here was, people were all saying, like, for me, Q told us 2 years ago, riots are being planned, mass orchestrated, because of the divide in the country, blah, blah, and that's exactly what's going on right now. Divide in the country, mass riots. I know they're organized. I know there's bricks being brought in. I know there's water bottles with how to spray in your eyes in case you get the chemical. I mean, it's just too well organized and planned, but it's not operating. We talk about arrest and we talk about institutions. I know that G. Maxwell's down, Epstein's gone. That was an institution. Now, who do you work for? Some foreign government, Mossad, possibly. But I'm just saying that institution is no longer, man, that was able to operate at least under Clinton, Bush,
No longer
and Obama.
functioning.
That's 3 terms, 3 presidents. And we saw things under Obama where he got skate jail time for 40 different accusations that came at him for underage. People keep saying, he had some sex with underage. This becomes pedophilia stuff, all right? I hate how people try to normalize it. It's just like the illegals and legal immigration, and they blend legal immigration with illegal. No, they're separate. There's different things going on here. It's no longer able to operate, regardless. So now we're getting names of the people that have visited, and people are saying to quit speculating. Well, hell, that's all that's been going on with Trump is speculation. Well, I thought, what do you think he worked with Russia? Trump said he didn't. Just like when they say, we talked to Biden about this accusation Trump keeps saying about his son in China. Biden, I didn't do nothing with China. End of story. We got to get that for him. There you go. Biden said no. Let's look into it is all we're saying. There's a list that came out from the court cases. These are verified people. Nobody went to that island to eat surf and turf. Don't let them tweet that and tell you. like we have to believe their
They
tweet.
have great lime and fish tacos there, okay?
And go there
If you
taking
wanna
some
see
sun. Epstein just really,
if you wanna see the-
rubs oil on you real well.
If you want to see the cases, you can go to a Pacer account, www.pacer.gov, and you can actually pay for an account, and you can see what cases are actually going on, who's involved, and what the charges are.
Real quick, let's take a minute. Woodman, why don't you introduce yourself like you've never been on the show before? Take about a minute or so, whatever you got, and let the people know who you are.
Hello, everybody. I am Woodman, or Airborne Woodman Thoughts, however you want to look at it. I was in the 82nd Airborne Division, paratrooper, military policeman, did G-Talk and Blue Room Guard, was kind of crazy. These guys here sucked me into doing this stuff. I was really close with this kind of information back when I was doing my job in the military. And when I got out, I tried to forget it all and get away. Yep, here these gentlemen come and wake me up again, and here I am, part of this team trying to get the truth out to everybody. That is so important, especially nowadays when all you hear is garbage. You need the truth. God bless you all for being here, because if you're here, that means you're already woke. Wake some other people up. Let's just keep going, Take our country back. Get these evil people, ship them off somewhere or whatever you want to do, but they don't belong here. So God bless you all, and great to be part of this
So it
team.
is to the printing press,
Thank you,
the
brother.
recorder of man's
I
deeds,
gotta listen to the intro again
the keeper of his
because I like it.
conscience.
Sorry.
I love it.
All right,
Yes, sir.
Ben, what's up, brother? Tell the people.
Been here a little bit. No, I was prior Army, was in OIF, OEF time frame. I was in the medical field, did some fun stuff there. Met Mike when I got out of the military doing computer security, going to college and whatnot. And we were like-minded and thinking about this. He started the channel, and we're just really been rocking and rolling ever since. Going down local legions, talking to local veterans. That's how we talked to Woodman. That's how we really started becoming a real good friends with him. The channel has just brought an amazing amount of you guys, Greg, his family. It's just been an amazing ride. So it's been interesting with what's been happening, all of our unique backgrounds, where we've served, the information we have. And just it's a good team to research with and bounce ideas off. And so this is one of the main reasons why it's such a pleasure to come in here working with all veterans. And not all the time veterans are on the panel here. Mike has guests of people who haven't served, but it's always a real pleasure to like these oaths of 4 and 3 and really be a part of this team. So I'm excited definitely for the Patriot Fest, meeting more veterans, more patriots. I really hope to meet a lot of you guys out there. It's going to be great music. I'm going to be out there with my 6-string, my get fiddle, and jamming out with you guys for sure. I know Greg's going to be out there. It's going to be a great time. So I can't wait to get with it. And I hope you guys are going to be there.
Yeah. For those of you just joining, we got about 600 in the room. Patriot Fest, August 14th and 15th. We're looking at a hell of a production we got with a guy that does this for a living. So hopefully sounds great for those of you that can't make it at home. It's supposed to be coming into the system to get to you at home separate and really good. Like if you have a stereo surround sound, it should sound really good. There you go. Look at that. We got a bot in the room. No, that's joking. All right, Fluid Pour, what's up, brother?
Good morning, guys. I am just a veteran of the United States Navy and the United States Army. I was in OIF and OEF, and I served on carriers, air wing. I did a lot of different stuff, man. Apache helicopters. I'm here because I love my Constitution, I love my country, and I want to see this nation exist far after I'm gone. And talk about this revolution. I think this is a revolution. This is a digital revolution where we're waking everybody up, and that's what these channels are all about. And that's why General Flynn calls us all digital soldiers, because we can't just let that oath go. Even though we're vets, we can't just let that oath go. It's got to be part of you for the rest of your life. And that's what we're here doing, trying to bring the truth to you guys. I can't wait to see all y'all at the Patriots Fest. I'll be bringing some art and some stickers and such. So we'll see y'all there.
All right, fluid bore. I'll say basically same. Navy veteran, met Ben in college back in '07, Woodman down at the Legion, and fluid through the channel. Oath of 4 here, we all took the oath and we meant it. That's till death. And basically, sea of lies, we're trying to find the truth, that we think we bring it. And I just cannot push enough that for those of you doubting anything, just the mere fact that the whole Epstein thing is done, and actual top 2 people running it. There's probably more behind the veil, of course, but just the ones that were in the limelight, Maxwell and Epstein himself, are done, and nobody can visit that place anymore because of that. So that's huge. And you can be like, well, I wasn't Trump, he didn't arrest him or go do this or that. Well, if he was like the last presidents, it could have gone on. It could have been shoved under the rug. However it works, however it's been working, is not working anymore. Typically, if you're involved in the human trafficking or into that kind of stuff, you're not going to put executive orders in. If you're about a one world government, you're not going to be worried about your own borders and sovereignty. You don't say those words. It doesn't really mesh well, and you definitely don't set up things to take all your money. It's like, well, you're involved in human trafficking too, Trump, and that can hem you up. I know, but I'm president now, so this won't affect me, but I'm gonna put it in to get everyone else's money back, but they won't get mine. You just don't do that kind of stuff. It's logical. So it's just a few things I had to say about that. But what are you guys thinking with the whole let's talk a little bit about, we're all in different areas. Ben, what's going on in your area with the whole, maybe the mask, the governors, the COVID 2.0, where are you guys headed? How are things looking? Have you regressed or progressed? I mean, what's the story?
I think as a statewide, I think it's still, I would say it's regressing. I know that there's many little pockets of small cities where I live at. We have a lot of based people, so yes, a lot of the businesses are posting, must wear a mask. However, the caveat to all this stuff is if a child is below the age of 5, they're exempt from that. Or if you have medical conditions involving any type of respirator or a face mask. And of course, I do have a medical condition. It's called breathing in oxygen. It's conditional, which means if I don't do that, I could die. So therefore, medical speaking, it's conditional. So
now, did you get your doctor to sign off on that, or?
No. I can be pro se in court and represent a man on the land. I can represent
my
myself
patient
as well.
Must have air.
There you go. It's conditional. So in my town, I'm able to go to the grocery store. There's people wearing masks.
There's always a difference of what's put down. Like wordage is what we're talking about. Verbiage coming across the radio waves, and then seeing what people actually do with that. Yeah.
Yeah, and our local sheriff where I live at in our county is not sending any of his deputies or not enforcing anything. A few grocery stores in town are a publicly owned company, so their policy is just like Walmart's not saying if you don't have a mask, you can't come in here. They're a publicly owned company. Remember, they have shareholders. They're public. They can't just do stuff like a mom and pop shop. I have gone to local, even small mom and pop shops, and out of respect, I have stayed outside, and their staff has come outside. I've gotten served. I've gotten, a cup of coffee outside. I go in town. I've had no issues with not getting commerce done. It's just been, I've seen it's how it's been done. And at least where I'm at, I can still freely travel and do that kind of thing with no mask. But in Detroit, these larger, densely populated areas, it's a real issue because they're taking what our governor says as law, and even some of the proclamations that has turned to executive orders that was voted upon by our Michigan House of House Representatives, and is now into a misdemeanor. They're not enforcing it, so it's almost like a ad hominem where they set up something and says don't do it, but they're not going to enforce it. So this is a false narrative, and so nobody's really taking it seriously in the
Yeah.
smaller rural areas. It's the urban where they're having a big problem.
Yeah. Well, that's what it's always at. Fluid pour. How about you up in Florida? What's going on over in your neck of the woods?
We are still under the mask mandates, whatever you want to call it. They said that they approved it, but nobody's enforcing it. I'm not going to wear one. Like Ben said, your brain and your body function requires oxygen to breathe, and by them forcing you to wear a mask, you're breathing your own exhaust, poisoning your brain. So I refuse to wear one, and I had a security guard look at me the other day going into a store, and he saw my 3%er shirt on, and he looked the other way. It's not a fight that we need to fight. I mean, it is, but it's a right that we have to breathe oxygen. God gave us that right, and we need it. They're trying to kill you. That's what it is. It's a false narrative.
I agree. Woodman, our area, we know that, I think we talked about it a little bit, but they did the mandate too a couple of Mondays ago, and it's been no different than what it has, like Ben, and they're saying it's one thing to put something out, then you have like the area county police said they weren't going to enforce nothing. It wasn't going to be done by gun or fine. They just weren't going to even, but yeah, it's a mandate. They put it out. It's what's, they think's best. And you see people. So we get into that, breathing out. We know doctors for years, our whole lives, people that get into the medical field, whenever you're in a room, you step in, you put gloves on, you put these masks on, and then when you go to leave that room, you drop the gloves, the mask, all that, and then you're out. We got people now that are, taking this so far because they don't know enough for themselves. They get up, they're in this mechanism, like, oh, I gotta go to work like a robot. And they get to their kitchen, the TV's talking, and say, wear a mask. And they're like, oh, today's mask day. And they put it on, and they don't take the damn thing off. Or even like the medical field people that would have these similar things on are taking them off throughout the day. They probably have them off more so off than on, unless they're in the surgery room all day long, which I just don't think to be the case. These people are putting them on in the morning, driving to work in the car by themselves, windows up, mask on. Like, they're thinking it's in the air, just floating around, and they're going to save themselves. So those are going to be the most affected people, I would think.
Now, we're still, we heard from the, I don't mean to cut you off real quick, Woodman, but maybe you can elaborate, Woodman, on the Indiana Attorney General. Now, didn't he oppose the governor? This is unconstitutional to Indiana's constitution, because this is where the Patriot Fest is going to be held. So we're looking very closely at Indiana. I mean, what's your thoughts on the Attorney General there and what he was saying?
Well, I agree with that. Look, I don't wear a mask. I had a nurse practitioner come into my house the other day. This is crazy. I had to wear a mask. She had a mask on, and I'm going like, well, I can't breathe. Well, you'll be all right. It's only going to be an hour, da da da. Then she goes to check my lungs out, deep breathe in. I did. She goes, well, you have COPD. I do not have COPD. Oh yeah, I couldn't hear the air going in your lungs. What an idiot, man. These people have went overboard. I just don't get it. Yeah, come on, man. I want to breathe. Look at my beard. What kind of a mask in the world could seal off on my face so that I could be breathing like that? Give me a break. And I even told that lady on the phone, we had the confirmation call, yeah, I'll be there, blah, blah, blah. And she said, you have to wear a mask. And I told her, well, it won't do me no good. I have a real large beard. So what? I had to wear a mask, man. I wore a bandana. That's all I wore. You don't like it? Get out of my house. I don't care. You're not going to cut me off my insurance. I already know that. But that's how far they're going, people. Today I go to see my normal family doctor and say the same thing at all. So be aware. Don't let them spoon feed you. I've heard people say, "Oh, I can't wait till I get home and watch the news, so I can know what to do today." Gee
Oh, yeah.
whiz.
See your beard, it ain't weird.
Yeah.
Woodman already wears a half mask in his life. It's his beard. It filters out all kinds of stuff and saves food for later. And sometimes, on a good day, he can eat steak twice.
Well, remember that, I don't know how many months ago, I was talking about this elderly lady in Kroger's or wherever it was. She walked up to me and said, "Young man, if I could grow a beard like that, I wouldn't wear a mask either." Yeah.
That's funny. This Fauci, back in 1983, or I think it was 83, I was digging a month ago and I found out, he was around for the AIDS when the AIDS was coming out, and he was one spreading a whole bunch of crap back then. A lot of the misrepresentation we had back then, and I think me and Ben and Woodman, we might have talked about this, where here in Indiana, we had one of the first cases that went real mainstream. It was the Ryan White. He was booted out of school. Everyone thought he was going to, was contagious, much similar to this COVID. It was the same kind of, you don't want to be in the same classroom. You're going to breathe in his air. You're going to get it. You're going to touch things that he touched. And oh my gosh. And he was there spreading a lot of that. And here he is again. Why do these same people get to just stick around? So it's funny, you have these doctors get banned, right? Did you guys see all that? The panel of like 8 or 9, 10 doctors, some of them lost their jobs now at this point, up against people like Bill Gates, who's not a doctor, but he's allowed to sit there and rant on these social media platforms.
He has an honorary doctorate degree now. I gotta give him at least a little credit. He can move and shake and wizardly spell.
And we say he can't deal with the viruses on his platform of Microsoft, and now he's getting into the virus platform of the real world. I don't get it. I don't get it.
Where's my firewall?
It's like, you never figured that out over there completely, and now you're over here. I'm learning. I figured it'd be a little easier on the human side. Did you hear him scream that vaccines can't be up to you, and goes into this spiel? It was like yesterday, this clip came out, and he's sitting there, gets all upset and raising up in his chair, yelling at the lady or whatever about, and this has been the case. We've had, there's a fraction of the government or society that talked about, the illegals that were coming here. That was another, they're not vaccinated. They got all these possible third world country things, who knows, but nobody cared. And
Well, that's back in the 80s, right?
no, last week, this has been going on for a long time.
Yeah.
I'm
They've
just saying
brought
that,
up the illegal communicable disease charts for the last 80 years, and we've had millions and millions of people from across God's created earth pour in unvaccinated,
wasn't that our reason to have to get shot up in the service?
80, 90 years.
Didn't you?
Yep.
We all went through that line at boot camp, and then further
Got
on,
about 50, 60 shots, and then a
Yeah.
big one, penicillin in the right cheek, and they make you go run.
we got this one called yellow. I can't remember what they called it, but it was like a syrup. Rub your ass cheek for the next 24 hours, and you're just sitting there trying to rub this knot out because it left a knot of syrup in you.
penicillin.
It was thick as tree
Roll around
sap.
on the roll around on the floor for a half an hour.
So
waiting
all
for
of
everybody else to
all of
get
us here in
theirs.
the panel are acutely aware of being a number in the military and them just giving you 100 shots or whatever, then penicillin to top it off, and there's no question, there's no asking. So we know what it feels like for somebody to say, no, you will get this, you have no choice. And so it's almost like we're we're the canary in the coal mine right now. We're telling you guys, look at you have a choice, but you're freely giving it up, and that's the difference.
Yeah.
And so with the oath, keeping the oath, this is why this is just an amazing time to be talking about all this kind of stuff. Hollywood, all this the fray of our society is starting to crumble. Where are all the top end chefs? Where all this real we're reality TV, all this illusion is starting to disintegrate around us, and people are still sitting in their front living rooms getting entertained from a black mirror, and we're sitting here telling you, hey,
follow the stars, they said.
Follow the stars.
So why do you think, and this can go to any one of you guys, why has Hollywood been so quiet? Where's all the hashtag save the children, hashtag stop the pedos? We're not hearing any of that. And these are the people that, any other little, Black Lives Matter, I mean, they're on it. But this one here, Epstein goes down, Maxwell goes down. We're getting kids that come out. At the time, they're adults now, but I was 15 at the time. They were drugging me. I was involved in orgies. Bill Clinton was there. I mean, Bill Clinton says, I don't know the girl. I've never been on the plane, and I've never been to Epstein Island. We got a picture of him on the plane with the underage girl that said he was with her. Now we got, so there's like two of the things right there.
Flight logs.
And the flight logs. But now it's like, okay, you got me. I was on the plane. I was with the underage girl because I got my arm around her, but I never went to the island. And it's like,
never went.
This all sounds so familiar with you. Did you not have sexual relation? That's what you do.
I did not have sexual relations with that woman.
I never. No, it was.
It was his body doubles, man. It was his body doubles.
Yeah. I don't inhale either.
It wasn't the Bill Clinton. It was the body double.
He never exhaled.
I've been holding it in.
Yeah, I never exhaled, Hillary. You held it in so long, you go, and nothing came out.
And there's nothing.
When the old Black Mamba was president, he was saying like, I did inhale. He was all that. There's a little reversal narrative, and so it's yes, we see it so clearly now, and this is why a lot of you guys who have been following along for a while and who are able to come out to the fest coming up here in a couple weeks, it's gonna be a good time. And
did you see that pedophilia is labeled a disease in Greece? If you look it up, like on Google, maybe it comes up as they've got it labeled a check that out. Elle put that. I came across that 2 days ago and read something, and I'm pretty sure it was off of Google. I think I even searched it, but I just wanted to make sure if we got countries actually doing that now, and that it's actually
Astro King says wait until you see the submarine logs. If you think the flight logs were good, wait until you see the sub logs.
Wow.
Permission
That's
to
awesome.
board your sub. Mission granted.
Board the vessel.
Didn't Maxine
Check this out, Mike.
She was a sub-log pilot. Ooh, I like that. That's just the...
We got this is just the Patriot Hour vinyl logo. Yep, just a
nice
car sticker, window sticker, vinyl cling.
I'm going to need like...
about 30 of these.
You're making them?
Yep.
Can you get more than 30? I'm going to need... I need at least 5, personally, so...
Personally, 5 for you?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll have her make more if we need to.
Yeah,
we'll
get me 5
more.
on top. Get me 5 of those. Personally, 5 of those. Yep, one and then the Patriot Hour. What else you got?
I'll show you here.
That's cool.
Coasters.
Those are very nice. Yeah. Do a couple of pictures there. What you finding out, Ben? You got anything over there coming up?
It was kind of vague. It wasn't saying much. There's a European pact on human trafficking.
Is that what you break your pot up on there, fluid pour?
I can neither confirm nor deny that.
Your medicine, I mean.
Does that hold your Pepsi
like
on
that?
that?
I'll take that one, too.
That is nice.
I'm bringing sets of 4 of those. I've got a couple little pieces here that I'll show you guys.
Very nice.
That's awesome.
And then this one here, I wanted to get all of the guys to autograph it. We'll raffle that off, or we'll donate it for the raffle, and then I'll bring it home, epoxy it, and send it to the winner. And then I got these last couple here.
Very
You can
nice.
get your hands on a lot of these, you guys, at the Patriot Fest.
When is that?
Greg is bringing them.
Yep, I'm bringing them.
Nice.
Makes me smile.
There you have it.
Fantastic. It's going to be a great time.
Keeps
for
me
everybody.
happy.
Come on. It's going to be a great time.
It's going to be awesome. I can't wait. JT Wild live. Beautiful black sky. Come on, man.
Yeah, and
It's
I
gonna
was
be
talking to him
blast.
Yeah,
today.
hey.
He just can't wait to be on. He's all ripped for this, man. I'm telling
Yeah,
you, he's ready
we're
to
gonna
go.
have JT. I'm gonna try to get JT on a show this week if we can reach out. If I don't know if he's in the room, I haven't seen. But we'll try. We'll try to do a show maybe Thursday. I got Scott. I think is gonna be here. I think Scott's bringing a doctor on, so we're gonna have a doctor in studio.
Nice.
We'll be able to ask him some questions and get his, see if we can't get him, removed from his job. I'm just joking. We're not trying for,
What about
for
Jaws?
speaking his mind.
Is Jaws going to be there for the Patriots Fest?
I believe so. I have seen Jaws talk to him a few times actually in the last couple of weeks, and he is a go. He says, but
All right.
yeah, I don't think people are telling me yes and then not going to be coming. But
John Rogers is asking if I can be a subscriber. I don't know what he means. Yeah, I have a YouTube channel, Fluid Pour Patriot. I'm also on Twitter and Parler at Fluid Pour Patriot.
there you go. If you guys, somebody, I don't know. Don't have.
If anybody wants art, you can hit me at dashfamilyemail@gmail.com. My wife does
The
all
links under
selling.
your
I don't
channel?
do any of that. Yes, sir.
All right. So get to his channel, and you're going to find it under one of his videos. Or, click on one of his videos, and then in the description box, you should find the link to that email. And
Info you need.
And PayPal and everything else. That's how we do it. So
Yeah. Look him up. Look him up.
Yeah, and come out to the Patriot Fest and be able to see some of his artwork. And there should be a couple other individuals that we've talked to offline who want to come out and showcase some of their artwork and give to the Patriot Fest as well for donations and raffles and whatnot.
Woodman's got somebody coming, don't you, Woodman?
Well, Trisha's. Yeah, I've got an artist coming.
Yes.
He's amazing, man. I'll tell you. He done some artwork for me, and back when I was hill climbing, it's beautiful.
Mm.
Also, Trisha's going to be there selling her cards for,
That's right.
the coup cards.
Yep, I got him right here. Spygate.
Yeah.
Spygate playing
They're
card.
awesome. I know I'm gonna get me a pack when they.
You guys gotta.
oh yeah.
You gotta the people out there watching. You gotta think. You gotta understand. We were able to deal with Trump, fake Russia, Trump tax, Trump grab him by the. And I'm not saying that wasn't real, but it's just 10 years old. It was something said between two guys on a bus, guy talk, and it was like that's what kind of stuff leaked. They didn't have much, so their taxes, grabbing by the Russia, impeachment. We dealt with a lot of stuff, and it was a lot of bull crap. So they had time to deal with bull crap, because that's what it was. And now here we are dealing with more bull crap, where we're arguing. None of us on the panel, but you go to the store. Ben made a point, or Fluid. The states put out something. Not everyone's doing it, so it creates division because of people that are waking up, putting it on p.m. and not taking it off till 9 p.m. at night. Maybe they sleep with it. Maybe they shower with it. I don't know. And they're the ones that you have to deal with. You're not really dealing with Pelosi or Trump or anyone. You're dealing with thy neighbor. And but yet we got a real list of sick people from Pedo Island, or at least something where the people are coming. I get it. It's like at the minimum, Can we not look into these I'm considering them to be the gatekeepers, the people that were a little higher up, a little more blackmailed, something, whatever. They're the ones that went over. They're the ones that were into this. Take each of them, you know, it's kind of like the Allison Mack, you know, she was branded. She was high up in the process of recruiting.
The handlers have a lot of control on these upper and middle echelon. It's almost like you don't take the worker bees, you take the middle management, upper management, and then you take the. I mean, you got we would totally agree. So what you're seeing is 100%.
Isn't it logic? Isn't it just logical to think that these people got really loud the minute Trump won for no reason? And it's like cued and said, you know, those who are the loudest. And it was like, what does that mean? Well, we knew, but, you know, for other people now. And it's like, nobody really knows. People still right now, it's like, I just can't think Tom Hanks do something. No. What the hell do you really know? You got to sit back and think. Like, all you've ever known is the scripts that he read. You think he's a good actor. That's all. People always say, you know, it'd be so fun to hang out with John Candy for the day, you know. Maybe not. Maybe he's a really depressed, pill-popping narcissist drinking, that you wouldn't really like.
Kicking individual.
You know, 6 a.m. kicking, you know, 3 pills, chasing it with his, you know, 2 bumps by 7, you know, a couple of Dunhams by fucking 10, dropping acid at noon. I don't know what these people do, but you can only imagine, and you think you know them, but you don't. You know their movies. Right. We're real. This isn't a script. This is, you know, if you know, that's the difference. It's a, you know, we're not, I don't know how to explain that. That's a scale. That's, it's the same with the politicians. It's a Hollywood thing we've heard. It's like, you know, under Clinton and Bush and all them, they argued on the TV a little bit for the debates, but then they were all smoking cigars and cheering their, you know, the deep state's the deep state. You got to make it look good. So
too many people rely on that boob tube, I tell you.
This is real. This is real. The pedo island, the names, and people are still trying to defend these people without knowing them. Do a little research is all we're saying. And I'm not, you know, if these names came out of the sealed document for some reason, these people were wanting it sealed. There was enough money paid into it to keep it sealed. People got their retribution, and then names were sealed. They were all covered. It's done. It's no more. Their names are out there. It's real. It's worth investigating. For somebody to sit at home and have done nothing but watched all of Will Smith's movies, and now that his name's on there, be like, I have a hard time believing that. What do you think that is, Ben? When people feel like that, like
not the Fresh Prince. How can it be?
He was just born in Bel Air, you know.
What are you talking about? Neo is awoke. I saw the Matrix, bro. I know. Okay. Again, people, this is we can't say it enough, man. Canary in the coal mine. It's you need to. It's all an illusion, and your cognitive dissonance is strong. You need to break that. And like we're telling you, hey, it's all fake. No, it's not. I don't want it to be fake.
That's what Yoda meant when he said the force was strong with this one.
Yeah.
It's like I can only show you what my research and the truth I've come has led me to believe, and I'm trying my best to speak from truth and honesty. And when it comes out, like Mike was saying, you know, Woodman, Greg, we all look at things very logically. And when you see something that's so out of the norm, it's like, well, they're not normally pumping the make your penis bigger pills. And now they're doing now it's this, and the narrative of transgender and this. And it's like all the while passing other legislation that hardly nobody knows about. This is all being stirred up. So one can't deny on what either side that you step on, you hate, you love, you for, you're against. No one can deny that the word sodomite and pedophilia is on the lips of a lot of conversations around America, and people are asking questions that cannot be answered without a cringe factor involved. Big time. And I mean, it's been interesting, and it's getting crazier and crazier, and the exposure of people is getting wider and wider. We're seeing truly how much influence and the tentacles of evil and where they truly are reliant on. It's interesting that how many industries, how many billionaires, and hell, we're going to have our first public trillionaire in history. Oh, Bezos, Amazon owner. And it's like, this is interesting times we live in, and everything's based on fiat currency. The Federal Reserve is now merged with the Treasury. This is amazing. Live in.
Heck yeah.
Amazing.
You guys like that? Epstein did not kill himself.
Yeah, right.
No, he didn't. We're sitting here talking about how everybody's saying that nothing's happening, and there was a Q post last night, or not last night, a couple nights ago, that number 4618, it says, "Do not mistake silence for inaction." Okay, and then you go to the little Q box and it says, checked. We never have, but make no mistake, we see lots of action. There's stuff going on behind the scenes that we're not looking at because we're not privy to see.
It's not even so much. I mean, I agree. There's things we can't see, but even if you take what we have, we've seen tons of people, CEOs, FBI,
stepping down,
gone, removed from power, fired, quit on their own behalf. We know a lot of the smarter people, the minute Trump won, from within the intelligence communities, that people like that knew, like, wait, this has all been recorded and we're busted. All you have to do is look, it's there. They got, oh my God, I'm out of here. And they left. Because they didn't want to play any more games. They knew, it was like, they got it. All they have to do is look. They're in control of they got the key now. That was half the battle. So I agree that things are happening either behind the scenes, but just out in the forefront, we've gotten people fired, gone, and institutions are being destroyed now.
Arrests made. I mean, it's happening. You can see it. I'm just saying, for those that keep saying it's not happening, what the hell do you need to see for you to believe? Even with eyes to see, you do not see. Ears to hear, you do not hear. That's what this is about.
They have blinders on.
How many of your favorite talk show hosts have now retired, will never come back to doing talk show because they're doing what we're doing, and they're fake, and their handlers are coming through big time, like, I'm not going to really be doing this anymore. It's like, what? I thought you were going to do this for the rest of your life. And
it's not so fun
until
anymore.
They get caught. It's not so fun when you get caught for sexual harassment or raping somebody in the Oval Office or whatever. It's ridiculous, man. These guys are scum. This is
it's like Ellen.
The pedophiles. They're the
if
garbage.
You just look, nothing's gonna be like, and I don't know. Like I said, a boom is a different to everybody. So like, people are like, what happened in the month of July? And it's nothing. I'm like, are you serious? We had riots in every city. Crazy crap going on. We had G. Maxwell arrested, tons of names come out, and it's like, yeah, but the mainstream didn't shove it down my throat, so therefore it's not very big. And I get it. It's like, you're waiting for that. You got a lot of fairy tale agendas built up that need to have play out.
A lot of waiting to do.
Yeah, I mean,
some of these networks are never gonna report on this. This is up to us to report on it. It's up to us to pass it around and get it to other truth seekers. Because guess what? If all of us truth seekers tuned in to these networks to wait for shit, we'd be
just
where we were.
Really? Yeah.
Come on, folks.
Because that's what they do. They're brainwashing people to believe the agenda. Look here, not there. As they're being torn down from the inside like they tried to do to our country. Q forecasted all this stuff 2 years ago on his QMap.pub. What do you need for you to believe that this is happening?
Right.
Yeah, and you can't. It's a fight for information. It's a fight. It's a war, in a way, to get the information out. The fake news is putting out their fake news, and then you got channels like us trying to get out the truth. And what hits the people, hits their head, hits their mind, and what do they believe? That alone is half the battle. Getting the truth out and hoping that people latch on to truth or take a fraction of what you say. And for the people that, I don't believe it, it's like, well, look into it a little bit, It's just funny. It's just funny that
We try to lead by example here. I mean, that's all we try to do here.
how
is
are
lead by what
people even, brainwashed or taught to think that, I walked through a living room for 10 seconds and I heard CNN tell me something. And then here you are talking about something for 20 minutes, Ben. And, what do you know? It's like, well, I looked into this for a month and a half, and this is all the stuff I found out on it. And it's like, you're a conspiracy. It's like, no. That lady, she ran a daycare, and then that daycare had checks, and those checks, guess who they were? They went to here, and it's all fact. And they think that you're nuts for looking into it so much. It's like, look, dude, CNN said they didn't do it. All right. That's all. It's like, well, how do you know? It's like, they hold on to that, like they dug for that and worked for that truth that came to them through the airwave and just went there. Now I get that's a lot what we do. We're putting out something in the airwave, but we're not the guy at CNN that's lying and lying on purpose. We're actually digging, and we give you things, and if you don't believe it, dig yourself, and you're going to come to the same stuff. And then it gets to the point of like, yeah, I believe you, but nobody's getting arrested. Well, that's always been the problem. When does that get fixed? It's like, well, once everyone finds out the truth, I think it's almost impossible for the lies to keep working for a long time, or half the illusion is the lie. If everyone's aware, doesn't that change things sometimes? The way people operate, the way people engage.
Seen an awful lot of liberals lately claiming that they are no longer liberal and they have come to the red side. They've began riding the red pill, and they're not believing the bull crap anymore. They're starting to see people are waking up because digital soldiers like the four of us are trying to help get this information out because the real news won't do it.
Right.
And I'm not trying to make any Republicans. I'm just trying to get truth. And as of right now, I get it. A lot of it's coming over to the red, and it's almost this battle of Democrat versus Republican. And I've never wanted that. I want it to be pick the person that's best
unbiased.
for the job. Yes, just if that's where you're landing right now, I don't disagree, or I can understand how and why. But we know there's plenty of bad Republicans. We've seen them, the deep state rhinos. I mean, they were there. Some of them have gone, but I'm not, But, all right, we're at the hour mark. Let's do a few questions here, at least. You guys got any questions, or let's just take some questions, and we'll do the shout outs. Anybody see any good questions? Throw one out.
Yes. What crimes has Trump committed? You must couldn't prove something as simple as collusion. I would agree with you.
And
it was no.
Collusion's not a crime.
I had one of my riders back out, so I'll be bringing 3 total, myself, 2 others. And if anyone else does need a ride, please get a hold of me fast, and it's got to be in the direction that I'm going.
Room. How much more room you got?
I got room for one more person.
Unless somebody's willing to get into the trunk, email them.
No, I don't.
You don't have a truck.
I'm driving a.
I can
I'm
do
driving a
1.5 more
soccer dad
people.
I can do like another
Soccer
half a
dad
body.
Jeff S says, "Where's Rachel Chandler?"
Hold on. What's going on,
Again?
Ben? What was that one? And plus, I keep seeing Oliver Stone. Thoughts? What's going on?
Oliver Stone, yeah, Oliver Stone and Rachel Chandler. Well, I mean, that's
are they on the
Hollywood
list?
thing, right?
Were they on the list? I don't even know if I saw Oliver. I know
Hey,
it's crazy. If I missed it.
Gavin Jewell says, "What if there's nobody left in contention for presidency? No election." Ooh.
I don't think that's ever happened before. I would have to look at the actual Constitution and actually how that was referred to. If there's it's not contested, it'd be almost impossible because it could be contested by anybody by a piece of paper. So anybody in the DNC or anybody in any party can be like, "Oh, I contest." Remember, you usually have every presidential election, you have 200 to 300 to 500 people across America all run for the presidency of America every 4 years. We know that. The difference is if you're not backed a whole bunch of money and marketability and that kind of stuff, you won't rise to the cream of the crop. How many
you won't get the backing from the mainstream folks.
we'll get the backing from the mainstream. So there will always, and I think it's almost set up this way, that there will always be somebody contending for the opposite view for presidency. Because if nobody opposes Trump, I'm like, well, shit, I'll oppose Trump. Why not? Maybe I'll get up in there. Will I do a better job? I don't know. Maybe he'll teach me something. I don't know. But you got to think about it. If I, as a common person, can do that by a piece of paper, the likelihood of it will be uncontested. Statistically, the probability of that is so incredibly low. I would venture to say I'd probably get struck by lightning before we close the show today than that actually happening.
Yeah.
But again, I could be wrong, but I'm not lying to you now.
Hey, we never know.
Sure. I'm going to say that they, that this election that they're trying to do the paper ballot, if we all know, 4 years ago, me and Ben were actually up on the phones, on the computers, have multiple channels on in different sections of our houses, and we're kind of bullshit and dude, CNN won't change the percentage because Trump went above and they don't like it. So they're just going to keep it at the last one that showed their person ahead, It was ridiculous, and it took till about midnight or whatever the next morning, but it was late, and the results are coming in. Well, that wouldn't happen this year. 2020, with all our technology, going back to paper, put it in the mailbox. When you put your ballot in there, I don't know if it's leading up to weeks before or if it's the day of. I don't know, but whatever. We're not going to get the results. It's going to be a month, if so, and if not played out. If they don't like the results, the deep state people, they're going to hold it over our head and act like, well, we're missing bags and the mail people fucked up and we can't find this and we're waiting. It would be unfair to give you results without all the results out of that district, so we got to wait. We're missing 12 mail bags. I mean, it's going to be something stupid, and it's going to take us past January 20, it's, and then Pelosi's going to have to take over because she's third in power. I mean, it's going to be something that dumb. We're never going to get the results. It's going to be the most muffed up, effed up election in history, because that's what they want.
Yep.
I mean, if the world is this much of a stage where Biden really doesn't have that much support, I mean, you might know somebody that hates Trump so much, like, yeah, I'm voting for Biden. It's like, but they wouldn't go to a rally. They think he's dumb too. They don't want to go to a rally and hear him ramble on about nothing, but they're going to vote for him because they hate Trump so much because they've been propagated. They don't even know why they hate Trump, but they know they do. So they're going to vote for Biden, but they don't like Biden enough to actually go to a rally where we actually have people willing to go to a Trump rally and go to a Trump fest and party with 20 other thousand people. So they have to hide that fact. And that's even now they're like, debate Trump, even this online debating, and doctors are saying, no, don't debate him in person. And then his panel now around him are saying, don't debate him online, even, because it's like, well, what's going on now? You guys are not supporting debates anymore to see the presidential candidates. And they're like, well, his last election, he lied over 2,836 times. I actually had like a number. And how dare he, when he speaks, not speak truth? So therefore Biden shouldn't have to debate him because he's just full of lies. That's what, I mean, oh my gosh, that's what their answer. They don't want him to debate because Trump is going to eat him up alive. It's nuts. Trump will probably call him out when he rambles and says something stupid about the moon, like, wah. Now that is retarded right there. He's gonna say something on the fly about it, and they're not gonna like that.
Awesome piece of cheese. I mean,
Trump's like, so Biden, you're running, next month when we run. Yes, I like burgers from Mars and wheels on canoes, and I, fish in the dark with my belt
and
buckle.
no-so shoes. Like, oh, okay, you little bit of cat in the hat there, Biden. I understand. We'll move on to the next question. So.
How does a 30 or 40-year bureaucrat come up against a 3-year president that's done more in this nation in that 3 years than they have done combined through all their years of service to the country? I mean, there's no way. Nobody can beat him right now.
He's got a plan to save the world. He just didn't have time in 30 years, and he forgot to tell Obama in 8 years what to do to save the world. He was waiting for him to be president himself.
Waiting for Inauguration Day.
He's been there for 47 years. Come on, man. Holy cow. You can't get it done then. What's it? Give me
I was waiting
Scratching Ohio says we're all so full of shit. It's crazy. Chills.
All
Love
right.
chills. Thank you.
Shills. All right, let's shut
Welcome
this
to
one
the
down.
show.
I'll put this over here. We'll do a couple of shout outs. Let's see.
Coming from where you lay your head at night?
Yeah, guys, where you at?
Where you lay your
right
hat
now?
is your home. Tell us where that is.
Florida.
Even
your
wherever
addresses.
you may roam.
Remember we used to say that? Somebody actually put their address in here. Do
Yeah,
not
like,
put your
got
address
your
in
address
here.
in? Yeah, hey,
Do not.
this is
Or your phone
Ohio
number.
here. I'm hailed from Michigan, y'all. That's where I'm coming from. We got Florida in the house. We have a Floridian in the house, y'all. We have a couple of Hoosiers on the show. I'm a Gander, Michigander. So it's, much love from Ohio. See?
Much love from
Right
Ohio. Roger Stone's book tells all.
Ooh, Glasgow,
Glasgow.
Scotland.
What's up from across? We got
Tucson.
Quitman, Texas. Houston,
Texas.
Oklahoma, Vegas,
Oklahoma.
Rhode
Rhode
Island,
Island.
Boston,
Island.
and Cali,
Where we
and
go when we
Oregon,
go all
and
Jake.
Georgia,
Georgia,
Oh,
Arizona.
that's great.
Southern
Arizona.
Arizona.
Alabama.
Cocoa,
Anderson,
Florida, Central
Cocoa,
Kentucky,
Florida. There you go.
how
Kentucky, Vermont.
Tornado.
Vermont,
Yeah,
465.
Michigan.
I don't know your zip code. You're gonna
house.
call it your zip code. Darren, you're always awesome, brother, from across the pond. We love our patrons out
Indiana
there.
here.
Love
Oregon.
Darren Carson.
Oregon.
Australia.
Arkansas.
Oh, Little Rockhampton, there you go.
Ocala, Florida.
Vermont up in here.
Bogota,
Tenaya,
Columbia,
SSIP.
Wyoming. Green Bay, Oregon,
Green Bay,
Florida, Mississippi,
San
SSI,
Antonio,
PPI, Las Vegas, Clearwater, Massachusetts, Taxachusetts,
New York.
Get
New
it.
York.
Aloha from Hawaii.
Indy in the house.
Miami.
Bay Area.
Sweden.
God's country.
Come from God's country.
Houston, Texas,
Montana. Waco, Texas.
Taxachusetts,
Maryland and Richmond.
Chicago.
Oh, yeah.
Pittsburgh.
Got the Pittsburghs.
Damn, NYC
God's
up in
country.
here, Ohio,
Oh,
Roswell,
yeah.
Quebec.
Fort
New
Worth,
Mexico.
Texas. Saskatchewan. What up, Canada?
Got to know
Our neighbors to
Quebec.
the north.
Connecticut,
Niagara
Georgia,
Falls, Canada. Right
Florida,
now.
Iowa,
South
South
Carolina.
Kakalaki,
Lucky.
Good
South
Lord,
Khaki,
they're coming
Lackey,
everywhere.
Boise.
Vermont
Beyonce.
voting red, Matawan,
Commie,
New
New
Jersey.
Jersey area. Florida there. We're coming up again. North Carolina coming in. Idaho is totally row. Awesome.
Good work.
Western New
Indiana.
York.
Hello in England, Daryl.
California, Utah,
Alabama.
Hamburg, Germany.
Germany.
Up there
Hamburg,
north. What up?
Bump Pass, Niagara Falls, New York,
Niagara
Course,
Falls.
Florida.
Palm
Michigan,
Coast, Florida,
Akron.
New York. Open your mind.
Philly, up in PA. What up?
Diego,
Q-Land.
Oh yeah, Austria. We love you guys. Ottomer Linder. Love our patrons across the pond, man. Love you guys. Missouri
Ohio.
is in the house. Oklahoma Red.
Oklahoma
Open
Red.
door.
Lando. You got some
Alabama.
Bamas in the house. The Utah. That's funny.
Gulfport, Florida.
Santa Maria, California. What's up? Oh yeah, there's a few of you cats from Saskatchewan out in Kennedy's.
Yeah.
From Scotland in the
Williamsport,
house.
PA, Scotland.
Indiana, Pincy,
Planet
Rochester, New
G5647.
and that's funny. Central PA. Oh yeah, you guys are coming from all over Georgia, Ohio, UK, SAS. What up? Action, California, Acton. Sorry, my bad. Dallas, Texas. Man, this is beautiful. Salt Lake. It's coming
State
from
of
everywhere. You guys.
Western New York.
This
Yeah,
is
man.
beautiful. Look at this, Scotland. Oh, this is beautiful, man. This is awesome.
Love all my Patriot brothers and sisters.
Los
I
Osos,
agree.
California.
Michigan, Shipmerland.
Appleton, Washington.
A little bit of Shipmer.
Amarillo, Texas.
A little bit of
Great
Shipmer.
song after you guys.
Tallapoosa, Georgia.
Albuquerque, New Mex.
Mesa, Arizona. Thank you,
Mm.
Patriot Hour. Rock in the red pill. Thank you. Thank you so
Shitmer Island,
much.
Michigan.
A little of that Shipmer. Shipmer
Some
Island.
Another
from,
Palm
uh,
Coast,
UK.
Florida. Holy crap.
A
There
little
you
bit of
go.
All these
There you
people
go.
from
There
Palm
you
Coast,
go.
Florida, where they're getting their cards.
Shipmer.
Tucson, Arizona. In the house.
Shitmer,
Kansas.
Isle,
Kansas,
Michigan.
nice.
Kansas in the house.
Nice.
You're listening to
Louisiana,
it in
Georgia.
my house in Texas. too.
Louisiana.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Special Air Service, nice, loving it. Thank you. I
Noisy.
love that. Yeah,
Teachers
UK,
that
SAS, baby.
Actions. Hella noise.
My grandpa used to do the SAS.
Hella noise, dude.
That's
a good one.
6x6
That is
workout.
the
Awesome.
comment of the day right
South
there.
Africa. Sonia Folk, what's up?
Swan Tucky.
Swan Tucky, yeah.
South
Maria.
Kakalaki.
UK. Oh, you're awesome. We
Ooh,
love
Sydney,
you guys.
Australia. You come from a land
Right
right
on.
below.
We got
You guys are
people on
blessed.
every
Oh.
continent, man.
Thank you,
This is
Utah.
awesome.
All right.
Oh, this is
St.
beautiful. This
Louis.
is beautiful.
South Africa.
Texas.
All right.
Tennessee for Trump.
Patriots are the storm. I agree.
Awesome.
All right.
Yeah.
Fellas, Patriots.
Everybody, airborne.
Thank you guys. Thank you so
God
much.
bless
God
every
bless
one of
you
you
guys.
guys.
You guys have a
What
great
up?
day.
Fort Campbell.
God.
God bless, Patriots.
God bless you guys. Awesome.
All right, that was a Patriot Oath of 4. What a great time. We always look forward to that. Look for another live show at least tomorrow. I'm going to try to get JT Wild on sometime this week. We have to reach out, see where he's at. All right, you guys, again, I'm Michael. This is the Patriot Hour. God bless, Godspeed to each and every one of you. See you back here real soon.
What are you up to?
Just out running around.
All right. Ben jumped out already.
Great show, dude. Great show.
We're still on.
Oh, yeah, I like
Peace out, everybody.